Eventually, you will see your bank account run a bit low as you explore the dangers of the radius zones. Maybe you need armor-piercing rounds for a top priority mission, or you want to buy that new gun that's just out of your price range. Fear not, I'll show you how to make quick cash in the radius. Step 1. Prepare whatever you have available to you. Take whatever gun you have that has the most ammo. I'm going to be coming at this from the perspective of an early game player who doesn't have that much to work with. I'll use a double-barreled shotgun with 4 boxes of buckshot and 4 boxes of slugs, a GSH without a suppressor, a few knives along with other essentials like food and whatever meds I had laying around. You will want to bring a gas mask if you have one, but if you don't, that's okay. I will also not be bringing any armor for my body or my head. You should also take this time to look and see what missions are available to you in Bolotki Village, as that's where you're going to be going. Grab as many missions as you can, but make sure they won't take you away from the village region, as we want to stay within the zone as much as possible. I took a cleanup operation and a data recovery mission. Step 2. Starting out. Start the morning fresh after a tide and use the shortcut from VANNO to Bolotki and clear out the village. This will be one of your more challenging steps, as the village is always well guarded. I recommend using the train cars for cover and letting the entities come to you. This is where you will need to choose your ammunition carefully. If you're using a shotgun like me, buckshot is fantastic up close, but lacks the range of slugs. And if you ever go up against armored entities, you'll need your slugs to break through their tough protection. In this run, my cleanup operation had me clear out a mimic patrol right next to the village. I will need to dispose of them before moving on to step 3. Time is not going to be on your side for this, so don't bother looking into every cabinet and drawer within the houses. Focus on looking for orange equipment boxes and silver weapons cases in the buildings. You may not find much, but that's okay, we're only starting out. Don't forget to look for any artifacts in the anomaly cluster just to the north of the village. Artifacts are going to be your big money makers. The other things you want to look out for are firearms and abandoned equipment like weather probes or cameras. Be sure to grab any ammo you find laying around. You don't have the luxury of being stingy, so grab any and all loose rounds as well as any boxes you find. After you search the rest of the houses, not missing any basements, attics, or sheds, we move on to step 3. Step 3. Checking the drainage pipes and the train car. These are 2 spots that are easy to miss. An orange box can spawn in the floating train car, and a silver case can show up just below in the culvert. Don't miss either of them. Step 4. Searching for artifacts in the ruins of the swamp. Before I was able to start this step, I had to clear out another patrol who were guarding the documents I needed for my other mission. After that was done and I collected the missing papers, I moved on to step 4. It's simple enough to locate the artifacts in the pillars, but if you don't have a gas mask, I would highly recommend you skip this step. By now the sun has set, and I don't feel like walking into a phantom at night. If you need to, find a spot to sleep the night away, at any time you need. Step 5. Go back towards the village and find an anomaly cluster in a clearing in the marsh. You can often find lightning anomalies here, so be careful. This is where you'll need to choose how much risk you are willing to take for your own reward. One trick you can try is tossing a live grenade at the lightning to destroy it. This may create a safe hole to walk through, but it's still a high risk. If you want to skip the lightning anomalies or not is entirely up to you. Step 6. Clearing the construction site. Before you can loot this place, you need to remove all entities. They could be anywhere in this location, so be thorough and take your time moving through the structure. Don't overlook the grounds outside either. Don't worry about the basement just yet. Just focus on the main floor, second floor, and the outside grounds. Step 7. The basement. The basement is a truly dangerous location. Move carefully while clearing it out, as to not bump into the many anomalies. Look for artifacts and a weapons case that often show up here. Step 8. Return to the surface and loot every box available to you. If you feel like climbing, you can check the crane for a box waiting for you at the top. Or you can try and see from the bottom if there's a box up there or not. Step 9. Returning to VANNO. By now you may find yourself moving slow from the weight on your back. Return to VANNO and empty your bag of anything you don't need. Then return to Bolotki when you're ready. Step 10. Follow the tracks. Start from the shortcut to VANNO and follow the tracks to the derailment site. Make sure to check if there's an orange box by the train cars. Once you reach the derailment, look around for any loose gear you can find, and a possibility of an orange box. Step 11. The tower. Make your way to the tower in the woods. You may find a weapons case at the top level. I also like to use this spot as a defensive location to draw out any hostiles in the surrounding area. It'll make your journey a lot easier. Step 12. Move to the North Forest and find 2 large anomaly clusters. These will likely have lightning anomalies in them, so use extreme caution. I found the one by the rocks is slightly easier, so I like to start with that one first. If you do get hit by a lightning anomaly, remain calm and back away. You will drop whatever is in your hand, and it will likely fall into the electric field. Best to leave it and come back for later. If you find yourself in the same situation I am, where I've lost my probes, try throwing anything, like empty boxes or cheap gear that you can live without. But do not throw any grenades. You will be within the blast zone and will take the brunt of the explosion. Most likely you will die instantly. Step 13. The middle ground. Move to the cluster, just to the south of the rocks between the construction site and the helicopter, and grab whatever you can find there. Once that's done, head over to the helicopter crash site itself, and look for a weapons case and any other gear you see laying around. By now, you have visited every single location and grabbed every gun, artifact, and loot available in Bolotki. Step 14. Back to VANNO. Return to VANNO and empty your bag. Put away any gear you had first brought out, as to not accidentally sell them. Sort out all the loot you brought back, and see what you want to keep and what you want to sell. In my situation, I had several boxes of 9mm rounds and 7.62 rounds worth keeping. The rest I would sell. Step 15. Cleaning. Time to clean those guns you found. This is very important and should not be skipped if you can help it. Clean firearms sell for so much more than a broken one, so clean everything you can. However, if the gun or magazine is in the red and you still want to sell it, just sell it as it is. You will not make enough profit off paying to repair it in the shop. Just sell it as it is and cut your losses. If you need to, sell some of your loot first, and then buy a cleaning kit before selling the guns. Step 16. Complete Radius Treasures or Metastasis missions. This step is optional. If you picked up any artifacts from a Radius Treasures or any broken shards from a Metastasis mission, go out and find the rest of the missing pieces. However, you may not have a lot of time to complete these tasks. If they were too far away or in a dangerous location, you need to be your own judge and decide if you want to take the risk before the tide moves in. Step 17. Sell. Now is the part where you make money. Take everything that you are selling to the shop and drop it in the box. For myself, I sold everything I found for $5,344. But it doesn't stop there. Take your mission items to the terminal in the train car and complete your missions. With the 2 other missions I was working on during my money run, I made an extra $940, bringing my total to $6,284. I also went out and grabbed the last heavy helix from the active Radius Treasures mission and made another $750, bringing my grand total to $7,034.
There we go.
Not bad at all. Your final profits will be different depending on what guns and artifacts you found and what missions you take on. You may get more or less depending on your luck, but the best part is you can go back again after the tide. And that's how you make $7,000 with one run and minimal gear. Good luck out there, explorers.